All right, let's get you the latest news coming in from the SHRIVASTAVA border. The deadlock has continued between the farmers and the government. Sources say possibility of farmers agreeing to the government proposal less. Most of the farmers not ready to accept anything less than withdrawal of farm loans. The farmers say these proposals will still favor corporates. Farmer leaders to address a press conference at 5 p.m. today at the SHRIVASTAVA border. I want to connect immediately right now to my colleague ANEESHA, who's joining us. ANEESHA, the biggest sticking point was the MSP. In the proposal that the government has sent right now, the MSP is not going to be hardwired into the law, but still only a written assurance would be given. On that account, it seems the farmers have decided nothing doing, it doesn't work for them. At least till now, those are the indications coming in.
Well, yes, Priti, what we've been picking up here from the farmer leaders is that they had several very, very important sticking points that are still not been fulfilled by the government. First of all, as you just pointed out, the government is not ready to include MSP guarantees in the wording of the law itself. What they've said is that they will give a written assurance that the MSP will not be affected. The biggest change that the government has offered, however, is to make amendments in the law to allow registration of the private companies and the private mandis, as well as to ensure that the states can levy cess and taxes on the private players as the same way as they do in the mandis which buy produce on MSP. However, the farmers here that we've spoken to are not exactly very assured by these assurances. While the main meeting of the leaders is still going on, we're expecting a press conference at 5 o'clock. The people who are here at the SINGH border who've been talking to us are saying that this is not what we want. We want a lot more. We want a repeal of these laws. We want a complete rollback of the laws. They're still saying that while the government is saying that the corporates will not take over our land, the corporates, farmers will not be put at a disadvantage, this reassurance by the government is not enough for us. According to us, these laws are in favor of the corporates and companies, and they will put us in a very precarious spot. So with this attitude still persisting, despite the assurances from the government, it seems that the stalemate might not be resolved anytime soon. But at 5 o'clock, once the farmer leaders are done deliberating on this proposal that has been sent by the government, we'll get a clearer picture of what the farmers intend to do now. Back to you.
All right, appreciate you joining us, ANEESHA. Let's listen in to the conversation you had with one of the farm union leaders, JASBEER Singh. Listen in.
We're speaking to JASBEEर ji, who's one of the leaders of the farm agitation. Sir, ये जो आज proposal आया है, उस पर आप क्या कहेंगे? अभी अंदर मीटिंग चल रही है, कुछ बात हुई है अभी तक?
देखो, केंद्र सरकार ने इतना आंदोलन बड़ा चल रहा है, बड़े पद्धर पर चल रहा है, कितनी मीटिंगें हो गई है, बेसिट आ रही है। आज जो प्रपोजल उन्होंने भेजा है, इस प्रपोजल में तो हमको ये दिखाई दे रहा है कि ऊंट से सांड उतारने वाली बात है। लेकिन ये जो सौदे किए हैं, जहाँ MSP जारी रहेगा, जहाँ इसका रजिस्ट्रेशन रहेगा, टैक्स देगा, APMC में सौदा की जाएगी, जहाँ एक किसान है जो कोर्ट में जा सकता है, ऐसी सौदों से बात नहीं बनेगी। इसके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ लुकाया गया है। एक किसान आखिर जड़ा वा जो भी होएगा, ये अपने जो अडानी बडानी है, कारपोरेट कराने हैं, उन्होंने दे हक च जा रहा है। कुछ ना कुछ जड़ा वा ये बचा करने वाली नहीं है, ये ना चलेगी नहीं बात। हम तो ये कह रहे हैं कि जो APMC एक्ट है, उसमें सौदे ना की जाए, जैसा है वैसा ही रखा जाए, और जो ये बिल है इनको खत्म किया जाए, इनको रद्द किया जाए। हमारी मांग तो है। तो सरकार बार बार इसका प्रस्ताव दे रही है कि आप ऐसे कर लेंगे, ऐसे कर लेंगे। तो सरकार अपनी अड़ी पर अड़ी है, वो बोलती है बिल रद्द नहीं होंगे। हम बोलते हैं हम रद्द कराना है, क्योंकि अगर बीच में छोड़ गया इन्हां सौदां दे नाल कुछ रह गया विच, तो आने वाले समय दे विच बहुत मुश्किल होएगा, फिर दोबारा नहीं ये कुछ भी कर सकते। इस करके जो सौदा दे नाल बात नहीं बनेगी। हमारा तो मांग है कि इन बिलों को रद्द किया जाए।
I want to connect right now to our National Affairs Editor, Rahul Shrivastava, who's joining us for a larger understanding of what has gone down. Rahul, you know, what seems to be the breakdown of it, what was the biggest sticking point, which was the MSP? The government refused to hardwire that into the law. The new proposal also said in writing, and that's one of the main reasons the farmers have come back and said, take it back, not on the same page.
Yes, Preeti, that's what the government position has been right from the first day when the talks started. And while the farmer unions have been very clear that their key demand is repealing the laws, which covers almost everything, the government has been picking up elements and is trying to tell the farmers these are the elements which are acceptable to us. We can change the laws, but we cannot repeal the laws. That's where the issue is stuck. The government today created, after a 4-hour-long session of meeting with Amit Shah, the Home Minister, the government had escalated, increased the seniority level as far as the negotiators from the government side is concerned, just to send out a signal that the government is keen on giving assurances, and the virtual number 2 in the government is providing those assurances. And the farmers, despite stating in the meeting yesterday that they want repealing of the bills, they accepted the government's proposal that you send us certain suggestions and we will look into that. Now, what the government has done is that those templates which are being cited as far as these farm protests are concerned, which have become the biggest sticking points, not the entire farm bills. Say, for example, the APMC Act, there was no parity between the APMC tax structure and the private structures. There, the government is saying that the taxes will be equal. For registration, instead of a PAN card, the traders can get properly verified. On contract farming, the biggest fear of the farmers that the private sector may take over their lands. On that, the government is saying that their land may not be part of the mortgage system. On the dispute resolution, the government says there will be courts instead of the earlier law saying that there will be an appeal for to the SDM. Now, these are tinkering with the laws, and the farmers are not very keen on that. And given the fact that the farmers are now very clear that they want only the repealing, what the government is actually doing, providing something tangible to those unions which are not strident and demanding the repealing. They're offering them something so that they can have that little say in the system that let's accept amendments and go back. I think it's an attempt to create a bit of a fissure and play along those fault lines.
Well, that is the possibly the attempt, but will the farmers bite is the big question. Rahul, would you stay on with me? Appreciate you joining us. ANEESHA, we'll keep coming back and taking an input from the Shingu border. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.